Welcome back. As always, be sure to leave a comment if you have anything to this video. If you have any comments about the channel in general, or you have any topics you want me to make a future video on, let me know down in the comments. Also, be sure to check out my other channel, YC Games. It's the one with the orange logo. And before we actually get started, I would like to say a little quick disclaimer here, that since this is going to be more of a rant-style video, I will most likely get pretty angry, and will probably not be able to control my language. So if you're offended by harsh adult language, like swear words and whatnot, click off. You know, this is not a child-friendly video, is what I'm trying to say, because there will most likely be quite a bit of swearing. But that being said, let's move on. So, as the title of this video has said, this will be a rant about advertisements. But before we actually get into that rant, I would like to say that I don't think advertisements are bad. I understand their purpose in today's society, and I very much am glad they exist, because one of the biggest things they do is they keep services free. You know, stuff like Pandora, Spotify, YouTube. Yeah, they all have premium versions that I could pay for, but I'm glad that there's a free option, so I don't have to. I'm fine listening to an ad once in a while if it means I don't have to pay for something. So, I'm glad advertisements exist. I want to make that clear right away. But there are specific advertising practices that just are annoying as hell, and that's what this video is going to be about. Is more about those practices, not advertising in general. Because again, I understand the purpose, I'm fine with that purpose, but there are just some certain things that some advertisers do, like certain commercials, certain ads, whatever, that are just annoying as hell, and these need to stop. So, that being said, let's get to that. By songs, I mean the certain companies that think it's a great idea to make a song, and that's their commercial, is they just play their dumb song. And this is honestly the biggest advertising practice that annoys me, and this really is the reason I've been wanting to make this video for a few months now, actually. I've been wanting to make this video for a while. I just never have, because it never quite got me to the point of, alright, I need to say something. But then I just keep hearing more of these types of ads, and now I just need to let it out, because it very much angers me how absolutely stupid these are. So, if you're fortunate enough to not listen to these, there are certain companies, I'm not even sure which ones do it, because they don't do their job right, as in advertise their product, but they play, throughout the course of their commercial, or whatever it is, they play a song that they made. Now, when I say they made it, I mean usually it's like some kind of weird parody of a song, or just some generic beat with their lyrics over top. And it just doesn't sound good. Now, music is an art form. So what I like for music is not going to be the same as what you like for music. And what advertisers think is good music is not going to be the same thing that other people think is good music. So I can't outright say that it's bad, it's terrible music, you know, they shouldn't listen to it, but for me at least, it sounds so bad. It's not good. I can't think of a single person that would actually want that on a playlist. Like, why would, if there's anyone out there that would willingly put an advertising song onto like their Spotify playlist and like they listen to that unironically, like, oh yeah, it sounds good, then that's good. Good for you for being able to do that. But for most people, especially me, I don't want to listen to it. Like I said, I have no problem with ads, but say your thing, you know, give me your spiel, sell me your product, and then move on. Don't try to be a cool, hip, jazzy company. Hey, we're a cool kid. We play some modern music. Because it just doesn't come off that way. It just comes off as annoying. Especially because the kind of songs that they would make a parody of, or that they try to emulate, is never a type of music that I would personally listen to. And again, like I said, music, you know, everyone has their own opinion of what's good and what's bad, and that's fine. But me personally, I'm not a huge fan of like a lot of what's considered like popular music now. It's just not for me. It's popular for a reason. I get that, and people that enjoy that, good for them. But I don't like that. So, especially when I'm like listening to Spotify or Pandora, you know, I'm, you know, in my own little groove, I'm listening to whatever I'm listening to. And then I'm forced to listen to this type of music because it's an ad break. First of all, when you listen to music, obviously ads take you out of it. But I can accept that. It's just some words that say like, hey, buy our product, whatever. That doesn't bother me as much. But when you take me out of a mood and then throw me into one I don't want to be in with your shitty ads, with your absolutely shitty fucking piece of garbage music that I'm forced to listen to because I refuse to buy premium, it's just annoying. Like, again, I'm fine listening to an ad. That does not bother me one bit. But if it's forcing me to listen to a genre of music I don't like, I'm gonna get pissed. It pisses me off every single time. I hate it. It's so dumb. Because I never would willingly listen to anything that even sounds remotely like that. So the fact that it's not even and that's the other worst part, it's not even like a good variant of that kind of music. Like I said, it's not something I personally listen to, but most of the time I'm like, okay, I get how someone would like this. It's not for me, but that's fine. But when advertisers do it, it doesn't even sound good to that degree. It's not even like something I could be like, okay, yeah, I can see how someone would like this. No, how does anyone like that? How did it get past the advertising board? Whoever wrote that just should stop. They're not going to make it a music if they think that's good. It's so fucking annoying. And believe it or not, that's not even the worst part. Oh, no. Because the biggest thing that really pushed me into actually making this video is when I heard an ad. I don't even remember what it's for. That's how bad of a fucking job it does at advertising the product, is I don't even know what product it is. And that's probably good, because I would never buy that product again, just out of spite. But they acknowledge the point of it. The point of them making a song in this like catchy, annoying ass way is so it'll get stuck in your head. I know it, you know it, everyone knows it. But this one ad acknowledged it. If you know what it is, it's probably something cleaner. Probably like, I don't know, like Clorox or Tide. I think it's like a laundry thing, so probably like Tide. I think it was Tide. Now I'm really thinking about it. It was a Tide ad, possibly, that's about this guy on a date, and there's a stain on his shirt, and they're singing about it, and like he can't get the thought of the stain out of his mind because it's stuck in his head, just like this song. And they specifically said, just like this song, like with the music. That was part of the lyrics. And it drove me crazy. I'm like, no, that's not a cute little wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hey, look, we're being annoying on purpose. We're getting this song stuck in your head so you'll buy our product. It's not a cute little wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You're just acknowledging what you're doing. You're not even trying to hide behind the fact that you're doing it. Which, honestly, most of the time, I would say that's admirable. Alright, you got me. You're acknowledging what you're doing in a funny way, that's fine. But this isn't a funny way. This is A, in a musical way, in a kind of music that I don't want to listen to, and B, in just such a cheeky way of... I can't even explain it. It makes me so mad. It's just one of those, like, haha, we're so smart. We thought of this good marketing technique. You never would have knew that we were doing this unless we told you. No, everyone knows you're doing it. It's just the fact that you acknowledge it doesn't make you smart. It just means that you know what you're doing and you should fucking stop because it's stupid. It's so fucking annoying. And that's not even the worst part about that. Because I didn't think it was the same ad. It was some other ad. But there's another ad that acknowledged the ad was annoying. I don't know what company this was. This one I definitely don't even know. But they used the same background music, like the same. I think it was like a classical, more of a classical piece, and it was they put their stupid product words over top of it, and it was such a bad ad that they made another ad with the same music, acknowledging it was a bad ad. They said, "Oh yeah, we know this ad's annoying, so we're just gonna sell you this product and then be on our way." Like, no, you can't say the ad's annoying, but still run the same fucking ad. Like it's not a joke. You're just accepting that it's annoying. So now you know people don't like it. Why the fuck are you still doing it? It clearly didn't fucking work. The only thing I can think of why they do this is because the old adage, no press is bad press kind of thing. Like, yeah, it's annoying, but it gets people talking about how annoying it is. So in a way, I'm kind of playing into their hand right now by talking about how annoying their ad is. That's why I'm not going to say the product name. Mostly because I don't even fucking know what the product name is. I'm not even sure if that last one was Tide. It might have been. I don't remember, though. I don't really care either. All I know is that it's fucked in the head that they think this is a good idea to annoy people on purpose into buying their product. It's just fucking stupid. Now, comedy is another pretty tough thing to get right. Because comedy, again, a lot like music, it's kind of like an art form in a way. Like, it's very subjective. What I think is funny is not going to be the same thing that you find funny. And it's definitely not going to be the same thing some company finds funny. The problem is when a company tries to be funny, more likely than not, they're going to miss the ball by a fucking long shot. And that's why when I hear an ad that is trying to be funny, 9 times out of 10, it just pisses me off. Because most of the time, it's not funny the first time. And the problem with an ad is that the idea behind it is that you see it a lot, so it's like stuck in your head, you know, oh, I've seen that, so you go to the store, and oh, I've seen that product before, I've seen their ads. Okay, it's like a psychological thing that you're most likely going to buy that thing. So if a joke's not funny the first time, it's not going to be funny the 50th time you see it. And with ads, you kind of see them a lot. Especially if you go on the same services or same products, you see the same ads more often than not. Like if I'm listening to Pandora, like, you know, all day, every day, I hear the same kind of ads all the time. So those ads in particular start to annoy me, especially when they try to be funny. And that's why comedy is never a good idea to put in an ad. Because more than likely, it's not going to be funny. At least for someone out there. For most people out there, it's probably not going to be funny. And the more you hear a joke, the less funny it gets. So if it's not funny the first time, it's not going to get more funny. And even if it was funny the first time, by the 10th, 20th, 100th, whatever time you've heard it, it's definitely not going to be funny. So eventually you're just going to lose whatever good grace you had with a funny joke. Now again, comedy is a very subjective thing. So there are some ads, in my opinion, that do it right. The perfect example of an ad trying to be funny that works, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me, and that's perfectly fine. Like I said, what I find funny is not going to be the same thing that I find funny. But the Old Spice ads, I think, are brilliant. Because they're just stupid, they're off the wall, batshit insane, and it's hilarious to me. But the beauty of those ads are I don't see them very often. Like, I'll see the same ad maybe 3 or 4 times, and then it's gone. They move on to a new ad, or they just stop airing it. That's okay. Like, even if an ad has a bad joke, if I only see it once or twice, then I'm like, oh, that was just dumb, that wasn't very funny. But it doesn't bother me. When it bothers me is when I repeatedly hear it, constantly, over and over again. Because like I said, most advertising, the idea is that you're seeing it over and over again to get in your head. That's why I like the Old Spice ads. Because me personally, I don't see them very often. I don't know if it's just they don't advertise on the same services I use or what. But when I see them, I'm like, alright. And that's it. Like, I very rarely come across them enough times that it would start to annoy me. But there are some ads in particular, like the Allstate She Shed ad. That one is the reason that I put this category in the video, because that fucking commercial is just stupid. Like, it's one of those jokes that would genuinely be funny, I feel, if it was like a family member thing. It's supposed to be like, you know, hey, like everyone knows this person that says something weird and like has their own little quirk to it. Like, that's her she said. That's, you know, a part of her. Which, okay, if that was like your aunt, whatever, then yeah, I could see that. Or even like on a TV show where we like knew the characters, that'd be kind of funny. I suppose, maybe, I don't know if they did it right. But the problem with an ad is you don't have a lot of time to get your joke off. So a lot of times, it just doesn't even come off like a joke. Like, I'll be honest, it took to like maybe the 3rd or 4th time to even understand what she was saying. And even then, I wasn't quite sure. Like, I've never heard of a she shed before. That's not something that, you know, me or anyone I know talks like that. People don't say that. It's just a shed. Or whatever, a shack, maybe. I wouldn't even call that a shack. I wouldn't even call that a shed. Like, that was the first thing that actually confused the hell out of me. Was, she kept saying she shed. And I'm like, where's the shed? Just that little shack, that basically a fucking outhouse that's on fire? Is that your shed? I don't know. I'm from more of a country area, so sheds are fairly big, like to fit tractors and shit. So I didn't ever picture that as a shed. So that, first of all, took me a while to even get that they were trying to make a joke. And then by the time I actually understood what she was saying and realizing that they were trying to be funny, it wasn't funny. It was just stupid. It was such a fucking dumb ad that took me way too long to even get. And maybe that's just because I'm an idiot. It might be. I don't know. But yeah, it's not good. That's not a good way to have an ad. And that ad in particular, I hear constantly. I continuously hear it. I've heard it for, I feel like over a year now. I feel like I've heard that same ad like probably 3 or 4 times a week at least for the past year. Depending on how much Pandora or radio or maybe it's on Spotify, whatever service it's on, I seem to hear it a lot. So it just might be on everything. But holy shit, that ad is so fucking annoying. Now, before you get mad at me, I'm 100% in favor of sponsored videos. Obviously, I am not sponsored. I don't get paid for this. This is a hobby for me. I find this enjoyable. But for the YouTubers that actually like are making a living off this, like this is their job, I am very, very happy that they can get sponsorships, that they can get paid. Especially because the weird state YouTube's in with the whole like, oh, we're going to sue you if you're not for kids, and you have to have not enough links swearing to be monetized, but yet not quite, but you have to have enough so you're not just to kids. The weird state YouTube's in, actually trying to make a career out of this shit is just pretty ridiculous. So I'm actually very glad that sponsored videos exist and like, you know, companies are willing to sponsor creators. So I am all in favor of sponsorships. However, what annoys me is when certain companies like make those YouTubers essentially read a script, because that just takes away the heart of it. Now, one of the biggest benefits of like a sponsored video is, hey, there's this creator I listen to. I trust his or her opinion, or their opinion if it's like a group thing. I trust their opinion. Whatever they think's a good product, very much I will more likely to buy that product, because if they say it's good, I trust their opinion. I've seen, you know, a lot of their personality, or at least a lot of times the character they put out as their personality, unfortunately, because that's just how it is. But, you know, I like them. I like the stuff they do. I would like the same products that they like. So when a company comes forward and says, hey, we're going to pay you a shit ton of money, tell the people that follow you and watch you to buy our product. Now, I'm not a huge fan of that aspect of it because it just sounds shady. However, it's not terrible. As long as, like, if that content creator has enough integrity to actually, like, you know, weed through it and make sure it is a product that they are willing to sponsor, then that's all well and good. The problem is when they're forced to read a script. Because if I trust them, I trust their opinion, it takes all that away if they're just reading off of some corporate script. And you can tell. I know it's become a meme at this point with the whole Raid Shadow Legends thing. 9 out of 10 of those sponsorships, which there's a shit ton out there, like probably half the people I watch on YouTube are sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. It's fucking ridiculous. But pretty much all of them say the exact same thing word for word with very little deviation. Now, I don't know if that's just because they're lazy or because that's what they've been told to say. From what I've heard and what it seems like, they're almost forced to say that to even get away with being a sponsored video, is that they have to say word for word exactly what Raid wants them to say. And that pisses me off. That's not how it should be. If I'm watching this person because I trust their opinion, I want their opinion. I don't want them just read off a script telling me, buy this product because it's got No. I don't want that. I want to buy the product if they genuinely think I should, if I trust them. And it's a big issue between, you know, the whole conflict of interest and whatnot, because they are getting paid, and you have to remember that. And it is a product problem, especially when you involve young kids, because if you do see someone like, oh, I trust that guy, I watch him all the time, oh, he's saying I should buy this thing, okay, I'm going to buy this thing. It's a slippery slope, which is why I think it's more up to the content creator themselves to be aware of that and to make sure whatever they're selling should be something worth selling and not just doing it for the money. So I guess it's not so much a rant at this point, that's more just a public service announcement of be wary of that. But yeah, that annoys me when they have to read a script. But like I said, I'm all for it because it does help out a lot of people, it seems. And as long as, you know, it keeps them happy, it keeps their lives livable so they can keep doing this, stuff like this without getting a job, then good on them, as long as they're giving quality content. That's great. That about does it for this video, guys. It really didn't turn as angry of a rant as I expected it to be, but it is something that's just been annoying the living hell out of me, so I'm glad I actually finally got it out there, even if no one watches it, because most likely no one's going to watch it. But if you do, thank you, especially if you stuck around this long, thank you very much. And if there's anything in the world that just annoys the hell out of you, let me know down in the comments, because I actually very do. I just like complaining about things, especially to no one. Like right now, I'm just kind of yelling at nothingness, and that feels good to me. But I also am aware that it feels good listening to other people complain about the same things that you want to complain about. So if there's anything that just annoys the living hell out of you, let me know down in the comments, and I'll probably make another rant video about it, because it's just good to hear other people complaining about the same things. I'm not really sure what else to put on this channel, kind of stuff. Just kind of, this has turned into whatever games I feel like playing and talking about, I'll play and talk about. So I guess if there's any games or any theories or something you want me to touch on, let me know. I'm pretty much done with Borderlands 3 content because, I don't know, just not really feeling the urge to play it or think about anything to say about it. So, yeah, I don't really know what else to do. But, thanks for watching, as always. Remember, the world doesn't owe you anything, but keep your stick on the ice because we're all in this together. See you next one. Bye.